So today we're going to learn about how to randomize blocks, and I have several blocks in this survey, and further down in this survey participants are shown 3 psychometric tests, one that measures agreeableness, one that measures honesty humidity, and one which measures extroversion. However, I'd like my participants to answer these in a random order to reduce order effects. So, how I'm going to do this is by using the survey flow. And the survey flow shows you all the different blocks that you have in your survey and is essentially a flow chart of your survey and how it's going to run in a logical order. So, I can see here that I've got my agreeableness, honesty, humidity and extroversion psychometric test blocks. So I want to add my randomizer underneath this block called cuteness sliders. So I'm going to select add below and then I'm going to select randomizer. Now what I'm going to do is generate some embedded data, and this is where I generate 3 numbers, the number 1, the number 2 and the number 3. And this is going to correspond to 3 conditions. So I want 3 conditions overall. I could have more, but just for explanatory purposes, this should demonstrate it enough. So I want to create some data that's in the background of the survey. So I'm going to click add new element here, then embedded data. I'm going to call my embedded data random, and I'm going to set the value to 1. Now I'm going to do this 3 more times, so I'm going to click add a new element here, embed data, random, but this time set the value to 2. And then I'm going to add a final element, call it embedded data, call it random, and then set the value to 3. So participants randomly get all of these 3 numbers stored in the background of their data. So I'm going to reduce this to 1, so that participants will randomly get assigned one of these numbers, if that makes sense. I'm also going to tick a box called evenly present elements, and this will stop 100 people being assigned condition 1, and then just only 20 people being assigned condition 2. So now we've got that, I'm actually just going to move this above the cuteness sliders just for now, and then I'll move it back down because I want to add some branches so that if they're in condition 1 they see a certain order or just certain blocks that I place in that branch. So I'm going to click add below and then I'm going to click branch and then I'm going to add a condition. So after the cuteness sliders, if their embedded data random is equal to 1, meaning that they're in condition 1, I want them to see agreeableness, then the honesty humidity psychometric test, then extroversion. Now, as you can see, I've used up all my blocks, but you can happily just duplicate these when you're making another condition. So I'm going to add below again, do a second branch, but this time do it so that if my embedded data random is equal to 2, I'm going to just quickly duplicate these just so that and move them. So this time let's have honesty, humidity first, then extroversion, then agreeableness. So condition 1, they view it in that order. Condition 2, they view the blocks in this order. I'm going to click another add below and then I'm going to branch, condition, random, 3. I mean, you can go on and on and on and have more conditions if you wish. And then I'm just going to duplicate these again and move it. So let's this time have agreeableness, then say extroversion, then honesty, humidity. And then finally So the survey is going to go down. We can now move the randomizer back to under the cuteness sliders, just so that it's all in order. So we're going to go consent form, some questions. They're going to randomly be given a number, aka a condition. Then there's 3 branches. It's going to go, oh, condition 3, oh, condition 2, oh, condition 1. But then after that, there's kind of nothing. So we want to duplicate our debrief, and then we want to make sure each of our conditions has a debrief at the end, and then we want to make sure all of our conditions end the survey after they've finished the debrief. And that essentially is a summary of how you kind of set up random conditions. And this method is preferred to some of the simpler versions because in your data you get a column called random, and then it will give you what number they were presented. So let's save this flow, and remember to only randomly present one of these events, otherwise they're going to end up doing all 3 conditions, unless that is something that you wish for them to do. So click Save Flow, and that's basically it. So quickly, I'm just going to finish this tutorial off by showing you the data. So when you download your data, you will get a column called random, and then you will see all together what number that, what condition, sorry, that person was in due to the random number that they were given at the beginning. So that's how you can tell which person was in what condition, and that concludes our tutorial.